Well guys, in today's video we touch on three different big subjects. One being Elon Musk and what Elon Musk just called Jeff Bezos, their ongoing feud, and what is going on there behind the scenes. Number two thing we're going to touch on in this video is Nikola Motors Corporation. They got some news out here today. We're going to look at everything that's going on there, and then we're going to talk about some big Tesla updates. I figured let's just put all this into one video. There's several Tesla news stories out here today that are kind of important, so we're going to run through all that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, do Chuck a favor and make sure you smash that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and don't forget there are free resources linked down there in the description that you guys should definitely enjoy, okay? First off here, let's just look at Nikola's stock here today and Tesla stock. Nikola's stock's up 6% here today on a $100,000 investment. That's a $6,000 gain. That's pretty good. Tesla on a $100K investment, you're up $5,000 today. So both those stocks had big upward moves here today, okay? So first let's talk about Elon Musk and this Jeff Bezos situation. This is crazy. Then we'll get into Nikola. Then lastly, we'll get into those big news stories around Tesla, okay? First off here, this Elon Musk situation. So this news just broke recently, a couple days ago, okay? Amazon acquires self-driving startup Zox for over $1.2 billion. That's a big acquisition for Amazon. It's not that big of an acquisition, but $1.2 billion? Like, that's pretty dang good, okay? So the Zox company, what are they focused on? They're focused on autonomous driving and basically creating software systems for like the best autonomous driving and some other things they're doing. If you want to learn more about the company, you can go to their website and learn more about them, okay? Let me be very clear. Elon Musk dislikes Jeff Bezos in a big way. This is what I'm going to show you here. This isn't the first time some stuff has popped off between like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. There's been a history of this, okay? But in terms of what Elon Musk had to say, he called Jeff Bezos a copycat, okay? People love this. A tweet ended up getting like 248,000 likes. People love that. Basically, he's saying Jeff Bezos is always copying him, which is honestly quite true. You'll see throughout history, there's actually a lot of things that Elon Musk has done first, company-wise, and things like he's focused on, or all of a sudden, like a month later, a year later, all of a sudden, Amazon, Jeff Bezos doing those same, very similar things, okay? And this is something funny, okay? This is the shorts for you. Bezos is gonna bury you, okay? And I love this response. How much money have you lost? That's the people that have been shorting Tesla stock. A lot of these people have been shorting since the stock was in the 200s. Stock's 5x since then. I mean, 5x since then, okay? But this is getting quite serious between these two, okay? This tweet from Elon Musk just came out a few weeks ago, okay? And basically, he said it's time to break up Amazon. Monopolies are wrong. This is getting into some serious stuff now. When you get tweets like this, talking about breaking up another man's company because monopolies are wrong, you're talking about things are getting more and more serious. The feud kind of all starts way back about 5 years ago or so. Back when essentially Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin, they said the rarest of the beasts, a used rocket. Elon Musk said basically that's not that rare. We've been doing that for like 3 years, what you guys are talking about doing essentially. This news came out in 2019. Now Amazon plans to launch a massive constellation of more than 3,000 internet satellites. Elon Musk says copycat once again to Jeff Bezos. Then Jeff Bezos also last year said he wants to create like a colony in space. Elon Musk says that makes no dang sense. It's like, building the United States of America in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, essentially. Now this tweet here I thought was a low blow by Elon Musk. I am now dating Mackenzie Bezos. Tesla, okay, I think that's a fake tweet, okay? I don't think that one was a real one, but the rest of them are real. So this feud between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos is ongoing. It has the potential to get serious, especially when you have things like basically Elon Musk saying that, calling Amazon kind of like a monopoly and saying they need to be broken up. This is an ongoing feud that will continue to transpire, and we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one, okay? Now to the news in relation to Nikola Motors, and then we'll get to the Tesla news stories after that, okay? Nikola is taking $5,000 deposits for a pickup truck renders made due to Tesla Cybertruck, okay? So basically now you can do a $5,000 deposit for one of these Nikola trucks that isn't shown off yet. They're supposed to be shown off in December, essentially. This truck hasn't been shown off. It's just see like rendered images, like created images out there. No one in the public has seen this truck in real life or been able to drive it or anything like that. They're supposed to show it off in December. We'll see what happens with that, okay? Electric's take on this situation, I think Fred put this out there, and I pretty much agree with his stance on this. He says, the sequence of events that led to this shows a lot about Nikola Motors. Less than a year ago, Milton is talking about Trevor Milton, the kind of like the leader or the face of Nikola Motors, was saying Nikola will not make a pickup truck. They had no plans to build anything other than having a few renders. Then Tesla unveils the Cybertruck and Milton unveils the design. Remember, they only have renders at this point, and yet they announce a bunch of specs, crazy impressive ones too. 5 months later, they still don't have a prototype to show, but they start taking reservations with deposits, something they looked down on not too long ago. The way it looks to me is that Nikola makes a bunch of claims about what they could do, generate a bunch of hype with reservations, and try to figure it out from there. I think it might be true of Nikola's other products too. Bloomberg recently reported that Milton exaggerated when he said the semi-truck they unveiled back in 2016 was a working prototype. And I also heard that the powertrain was nowhere near finished when the truck was unveiled. In short, I'd steer clear of Nikola until they can prove they can actually deliver a product. And you know, I like I said, I pretty much agree with this. There's a company that hasn't delivered products yet. Like, let's see these products in action. I mean, I think it's crazy to do any type of deposits with this company personally, when the fact that they haven't like done anything yet. Like, let's just see what happens. And you know, so CNBC did an interview of him back on Friday, and I gotta say, it was quite interesting. It's always interesting to look at the top comments of a YouTube video, essentially, let's put it that way, because just look at these guys. I mean, just look at some of these comments, and you're going to get a pretty good idea of what they think of Trevor Milton and this whole Nikola company situation. Look at this one. Buys the biggest mansion in Utah before he even has a product. And it's true. I mean, look at this. This news came out last year. Nikola Motor head Trevor Milton drops $32.5 million on a 2,000-acre Utah ranch. You know, that's the type of stuff that scares me when I see something like that. It's like, dude, you don't even have products in the market yet, and you're just, because of the valuation of your company, you're just going to go around buying mansions worth tens of millions of dollars. It reminds me a little bit of a company that lost me, I think it was about $39,000 to be exact, otherwise known as GoPro Corporation, okay? Nick Woodman is out buying yachts. That should have been a little red flag for me that, man, they just went public, buying a yacht. This Milton guy company just goes public, buying some ridiculous how do you even spend $32 million on anything in Utah, especially a house? That seems ridiculous. And so it should be a little bit of a red flag out there, but the one thing I will say is at least Woodman, man, at least he had cameras in the market, the GoPro cameras, okay? And once again, just look at these comments, okay? I'm not even going to read them off to you. Just look at some of these comments. You know, a lot of them are hilarious. I'm not even showing you some of the worst ones. There were some that were quite vicious. Let's just put it that way. I'm not even showing you guys them, but just look at them, you know. But I will say Melissa Lee, I thought she did a good job in that interview of basically confronting Trevor Milton, not in a disrespectful way, but confronting him about some of these claims that the company has, which these claims are ridiculous. It would be no problem if this company was just honest about where they're at and things like that, but when they try to claim these big, like, boisterous things and they don't have anything to really back it, it's just ridiculous, okay? It's just ridiculous in that, okay? Now let's talk about some Tesla news out there, a company that actually delivers products, and I actually have a couple of Teslas in my garage. Let's talk about them for a minute, okay? Elon Musk emails Tesla employees breaking even is looking super tight. This news just broke a couple hours ago. Tesla CEO Elon Musk sent one of his characteristic motivational emails to all employees at the electric vehicle company on Monday around noon California time. In the email, which was shared with CNBC, he urged workers to go all out with vehicle production deliveries and told them that breaking even is looking super tight. It's not clear whether breaking even was referring to the company's profit margin, which may require it to sell a certain number of vehicles during the quarter, or another metric like production numbers versus expectations or previous quarter figures. Tesla is expected to report its second quarter vehicle production and deliveries number this week before 4th of July weekend. This is a tough one. What exactly does he mean by break it even? Usually when you're using a term like breaking even, even, you're usually talking about your bottom line. So you're usually talking about, are we going to make a net income? Or are we going to make a net loss? What is the situation there? And in my opinion, he could be talking about earnings of some kind. I don't know if he's talking about non-GAAP earnings or if he's talking about GAAP earnings, but I would say there's a high probability he's talking about earnings, because that's just what you usually do. If you're talking about breaking even, that's just what you're doing. You're talking about earnings. So we'll see what happens there. Very intriguing. We know obviously Rona has messed up every company's earnings substantially in the short term, and we're just going to get to see how much it has really messed up things for Tesla, okay? We know demand is very high for Tesla's products and seems to be getting even better and better over time, okay? Some other big news. We got a couple more Tesla stories to get to. This one, Tesla Heavy Managed ETF has record inflows. Look at this. This is ARK Invest. You guys know ARK Invest, you know, Kathy Wood over there, right? Look at this, a $4.6 billion exchange-traded fund that has Tesla as its biggest holding posted the best week of inflows on record. Traders put almost $180 million into ARK Innovation's ETF, ARKK, in the 5-day period ended Friday, the most since it began trading in 2014. What does this essentially say? Well, a lot of investors have been tracking what's going on with ARK in general, and they like what is going on in general, and it helps definitely in a major way when you have the company always talking positively about Tesla, right, for years, and the stock has been going up like crazy, right? I mean, you could see this. Kathy Wood, just type in like Kathy Wood Tesla $3,000, and you'll find right down there, you know, two and a half years ago or so, Kathy Wood, back when Tesla stock was nowhere close to anywhere where it is now, essentially, was talking about how, you know, Tesla shares will hit $4,000. They're just talking super positive about Tesla and just kind of going into a bullish thesis back when a lot of folks on mainstream Wall Street just laughed at the stock and just said, yeah, you know, dream on. And now here it is today. It's over $1,000 stock, and it's like, maybe she was onto something. Maybe this stock is going to $4,000 over time. Only time will tell. And by the way, Tesla isn't the only winner that ARK Invest has. It's just the face of kind of, you know, their fund in general, in my opinion, okay? Look at this news out. This is kind of like one of those sleepy stories that goes under the radar, but I think it's important, okay? Tesla enters Europe energy market with its auto bidder platform. This is very intriguing. Tesla is entering the European energy market with its auto bidder platform to monetize energy storage product. Earlier this year, Electric had reported on this Tesla auto bidder product and basically said it's a step toward Tesla becoming an electric utility, okay? The company described the product as the auto bidder platform provides independent power producers, utilities, and capital partners the ability to autonomously monetize battery assets. AutoBidder is a real-time trading and control platform that provides value-based asset management and portfolio optimization, enabling owners and operators to configure operational strategies that maximize revenue according to their business objectives and risk preferences. In short, the platform is used to better and more directly monetize energy storage assets like Tesla's power packs, power walls, and new mega packs. Tesla is currently using AutoBidder in Australia and in the US. This is a product that is just, you know, like I said, it's just kind of like swept under the radar. And this seems like, you know, when I really started thinking about this, I was like, this has actually some pretty dang big potential, okay? And if you ever heard me talk about my bull thesis on Tesla, you know, what am I talking about almost all the time? I'm talking about autos. I'm talking about Model 3. I'm talking about Model Y. I'm talking about Cybertruck numbers. I'm talking about all that, those sorts of things, okay? That's when I'm really talking about when I talk about my bull thesis on Tesla and why I'm a big investor in this company, right? And energy is just kind of like something that might be mentioned, but it's just shortly mentioned, right? And that's right now. But what about in the future? In the future, this could very much end up a situation where when you talk about Tesla and you talk about a stock, you're talking just as much about the auto business as the energy business, as the autonomous taxi opportunity. Because right now, the energy business, it's just kind of like, you know, forgotten about. And it's just kind of thrown to the side. And it's like Tesla's really trying to disrupt the energy market over the next 5-10 years. We'll see how successful they are. I'm extremely confident that the company is going to become a massive player in the automobile market. They're already becoming a very big player, but they're going to become really massive over the next 5-10 years. But the energy business, imagine if Tesla is one of the top energy companies in the entire world over the next 5-10 years. It's a massive change for Tesla's valuation at the end of the day. Remember, Tesla has a $187 billion market cap today. A lot of people look at that and like, that seems high based upon where Tesla's at today. What they don't take into account is the market share this company is going to likely command as EVs continue to get rolled out over the next 5-10 years, and the energy opportunity. Think about how massive the energy business is, and think about if Tesla can become one of the best players. This is a company that has innovation at its core. And when you talk about the energy industry, you're talking about an industry that hasn't been innovated in any major way in decades and decades. It's an industry ripe for innovation, just like the automobile market has been ripe for innovation, right? Not much has changed in autos in decades until Tesla's come along. Now all of a sudden everybody's talking about electric vehicles and cars that drive themselves and all these sorts of things. Imagine if over the next 5-10 years, we get to a place where all of a sudden we're talking about the energy market as completely disrupted, and it's because of Tesla. If there's a company that could do it, it could be Tesla in that. So I'm super excited about that AutoBidder platform. We'll see how all that shakes out over time, and I'm just super excited to see what Tesla does in the energy market in general. Because at the end of the day, I need more energy because I shaved off all my hair. Thank you for watching and have a great day.